to Shop Talk with Cassandra and Renee. With me is my co-host, Kevin Eaton.
Welcome, Baltimore. Welcome, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. We are thrilled to have two special guests with us today. Can you introduce them?
Well, yes, I'd like to have the pleasure of introducing my son, little Kevin Aaron Eaton Jr. We call him KJ. Say hello to the people, Kay.
Hey.
Hey, all right. We have Miss Erica King in the house today. Up and coming playwright.
Hello, everyone. Hey, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I mean, we got a new year coming in, 2013, and
Exactly.
a couple weeks ago, we didn't know if any of us was going to be here because they were talking about the 21st of December was going to be the last day for everybody on the earth and all those stuff like that. We're still here.
Fooled them, didn't we?
Sun shining, smiling, looking good.
Looking forward to 2013.
Yeah.
Do you have any, New Year's resolutions for 2013? Because we want to hear them. Would you please give us a call at 410-481-1010 or 1-877-704-1010?
Call us with your New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions are really something. I had made a New Year's resolution a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Me and my son used to eat out a lot. We used to go to McDonald's and Wendy's and, you name it, we were there, And so I decided my New Year's resolution was that I was going to start cooking more.
Okay.
So instead of eating out and going to restaurants, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I was going to start learning how to cook. And I would call my sister and did I call you anytime I asked you how to cook anything?
No, I think you know I can't cook.
Okay. Well, I called my sister, and she would tell me what to do and fix food and stuff like that. So that was a New Year's resolution that I made that I stuck with.
Did she teach you how to fry a turkey? Because she's supposed to be teaching me how to do that. I'm afraid though, because I hear about so many houses catching
catch on fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she has fried turkeys, and they're good.
Yeah. So what resolutions do you have for this year, for 2013? Yeah.
My New Year's resolution for this year is to cut down on smoking.
Cut down on smoking?
Yeah. My real New Year's resolution is just to stop smoking. But it's not something that, I had actually tried to do before, and it's my first attempt at it. So that's pretty much my New Year's resolution because I like to keep them.
Yeah.
You want to make something that you can keep.
Right. Right. You want to be realistic.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I'm going to share a little bit later on what my resolutions are because I do have a few, but I can share one right now.
Okay.
It's to eat less. Because I've been watching the videos from when we first started back in May, and it's like I'm getting whiter and whiter and whiter.
Really? I thought it was success.
Oh, yeah. Success does that to you. It makes you whiter. Our number again is 410-481-1010. I actually compiled a list of news events, U.S. news events from 2012, and a lot of these we may have even forgotten about, but some still linger on. One, back in February, the Trayvon Martin shooting. I guess we all remember that one.
That was devastating.
Very devastating. And also in February, the passing of Whitney Houston. She was only 48 years old.
Wow.
March, the deadly Midwest tornado. It killed dozens of people and injured hundreds others. Wow. April, Dick Clark. And I think that's something we all are going to think about tonight because as far back as I could remember, I've always watched Dick Clark and the ball
with
falling.
The ball falling down.
Yes. So he's going to be greatly missed tonight. And he was 82. How about that?
Okay.
In May, gay marriage. President Barack Obama became the first sitting president to say same-sex couples should be allowed to wed. Okay. Also in May, the Facebook initial public offering. That didn't go as well as they had expected. Okay. June, the Jerry Sandusky fiasco.
Oh, yeah.
Molesting of the boys and all of that stuff. That was a big mess.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yes, it was.
That was a big surprise when that news story broke.
That was a huge scandal.
Yeah.
And Joe Paterno became involved in that. Oh my gosh. And did Joe Paterno, I think later on he died. And he passed away, I think, shortly after that. Also, the Supreme Court health care law ruling, that took place in June. It's just been so many things. Rodney King passed away in June. He was only 47. July, mass shooting in Aurora, Colorado. That's when the gunman went into the movie theater, the Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, and killed 12 people and wounding 58 others. We all remember that. August, the shooting at the Wisconsin temple. A gunman actually killed 6 people and critically injured about 3 others. The Empire State Building shooting. An out-of-work fashion designer fatally shot a former co-worker near the Empire State Building and was then killed in a blaze of gunshots by police. I don't know how I missed that one.
You didn't see that on video?
No.
On video?
Oh my God, it was on video?
Yeah. The police shot quite a few pedestrians on that incident.
Wow.
They shot about 6 people who were standing around. They were outside on the sidewalk, and there was a lot of people outside and everything. And they followed him. And when he was, I guess, brandishing his gun or whatever, they all just started cracking at him.
Wow.
And about 6 people. Luckily, nobody was killed.
Right. You think about New York and how densely populated it is. U.S. astronaut Neil Armstrong passed away at the age of 82. September, the Benghazi attacks.
Yeah, that
Talk
was
about
something.
that.
Yeah, that was really something.
Yeah, it killed the U.S. ambassador Christopher Stevens. October, Superstorm Sandy. More than 130 people were killed when Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast of the United States. It actually cost $50 billion in damages.
You know, we were so blessed that it kind of blew over us and breezed over us the way it did.
My goodness, because we were expecting a mass catastrophe. Lance Armstrong, I think he had an issue. He was a cyclist, and he actually had his accomplishments scratched from the record. Wow, from a doping program?
Yeah, from steroids.
Wow.
Yeah.
November, Charles B. See you. As soon as we get through November, December, we're going to have you on the air. November, the U.S. general election, Democrat and U.S. President Obama beat Republican rival Mitt Romney. That took place in November. And also the resignation of the CIA director, David Petraeus. Where did that story go? That just went poof.
Yeah, they wanted like that too.
Poof.
That's what they wanted. They would definitely want that to go poof.
It disappeared. Whatever happened? What were we distracted by? Because it's amazing how, things will come up and then we be distracted by something else.
Yeah.
And then we go back like, whatever happened?
Yeah. We may have been distracted by that school shooting.
Sandy Hook Elementary School
that
shooting.
one, exactly.
Adam Lanza shot dead 20 children and 6 staff members. Wow.
Yeah, really something, huh?
That's 2012.
And so it just looked like, a lot of people say, well, I go to a bad school. I mean, these days and times, you don't know what's going to happen anywhere, anytime.
It can happen anywhere, anytime. Charles, you are on the
Good
air.
morning, Charles.
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I'm not going to have any New Year's resolutions because we don't affect anything in this country. And so that's why they're displaying the Emancipation Proclamation, because they want to show us this legal lie, which they're trying to elevate to a God status. See, we're not equal. They don't look at us as equal. We got to ask ourselves, will Obama resolve to pay reparations? Will this be relevant in my lifetime? Those are the things that are relevant. We need the leaders to resolve to do their jobs. Not getting the people to resolve to do things they can't do because the news, the media, the whole situation, they're not going to let you stop smoking, stop drinking, stop sexting, stop bombarding you with all these things that they're brainwashing you to do.
Okay. Well, thank you for your comment,
Thank
Charles.
you, Charles. Happy New Year.
Wow. On the air, I've locked in Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Miss
How
B.
you doing?
Good. Miss B wasn't able to call in today, so you're going to be our Mr. J, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bring Baba in. Hi, Baba. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, and God bless all of you. And,
Yes.
for this oncoming, what they say is the new year, but the world is much older than 20. Egypt is much older than this. First of all, with General Petraeus and the CIA, this is a criminal organization that has been involved in murder, worse than the mafia, in murder all around the world, overthrowing governments that are not favorable to this country, murdering their presidents. They have murdered many African presidents, droning, not implicated, they were in the murder of Muammar Gaddafi, an African in Libya, which is Hannibal's hometown, and was very helpful to African people here. I own some property in Nigeria, and I went to a friend of mine's house in Nigeria, an African that owns African hotels, and Muammar Gaddafi's picture was in his house. So he came to Nigeria and helped him with his business. So when that president and helped the Nation of Islam, Minister Farrakhan, put out that contract on that man to murder that man, and his father is an African Obama, but he never gives any praises to his father, only his mother.
Well, thank you so much for your comment, Baba.
Take care.
Thank you, Bob. Happy New Year.
Wow.
Since I've been doing this talk show with you, Cuzzo, it's giving me like a new recreation, listening to talk shows and everything.
Oh, really now?
And I've been listening to 1010, AM, and our listening audience are some of the most intelligent,
yes, they are,
in tune people that I think I've ever encountered.
Yes.
I just want to give hats off to our listening audience, everybody who listen to the talk radio shows and 1010 and participate. I mean, you guys, hats off to you from the World Wildly's Talked About co-host.
You're wonderful.
Because you really, the
we
audience that
appreciate the
listen to
fact that
1010
you tune in to us too every week. Mm-hmm. Our audience is growing, and our success is because of you. Mm-hmm. And we thank you so much for your loyalty to our show. Mm-hmm. Also, let's go into the celebrity deaths of 2012. Jack Klugman, Larry Hagman, George McGovern, Andy Williams, Michael Clark Duncan, Neil Armstrong, Phyllis Diller, Chad Everett from Medical Center sitcom, Sherman Hemsley. And I want to touch on that a little bit because it's amazing how, oh my gosh, it took him about 2 or 3 months before he was actually buried because there was a conflict between, I think, his living girlfriend and a family member. So it took a while. Mm-hmm. And that's sad, when someone passes away like that and it's because of money or property or whatever, they're just laying in a morgue somewhere. So I'm glad his soul is finally at rest. Ernest Borgnine, Andy Griffith, Rodney King, Yvette Wilson from Moesha and Dell, Richard Dawson, Robin Gibb, Donna Summer, Chuck Brown, Vidal Sassoon, George Lindsay, who was Goober from The Andy Griffith Show, Dick Clark, Mike Wallace, Thomas Kincaid, Whitney Houston, Don Cornelius, and Etta James.
Well, who's left?
Oh my goodness, it was one of those years.
Yeah,
It was a rough year. We've lost so many of ours.
And these are like key people that we kind of like look up to. Don Cornelius.
Yes.
Everybody wants to shake Don Cornelius' hand.
Yes, they did. We have Brother Carlos on the air. Hello, welcome to the
Carlos.
show.
Oh, good morning, and peace and blessings to you.
Same to you.
And I hope that you have a healthy and safe New Year.
Same to you.
The brother, and by the way, the brother Don Cornelius, took his own life with a gunshot wound to the head.
Yes.
As is counted. And it brings to mind something that people, there's a lot of stuff out there, conspiracy theories and everything all over the place about the CIA and General Petraeus, but I won't go into that. Mm-hmm. But I will go into this particular fact. In the health care law, the so-called Obamacare, there is a victory for the NRA, the group that we are lobbying against right now, for bringing out guns and so forth. When you go into the hospitals for intake services and health care services, they have been prone to ask you whether you own a gun or whether you have a gun in the household. If that was the previous mantra that they use. But in the health care law, under the headline, Protection of Second Amendment Gun Rights, was a brief provision restricting the ability of doctors to gather data about their patients' gun use. A largely overlooked but significant challenge to the movement in American medicine to treat firearms as a matter of public health. This was an amendment pushed by the National Rifle Association in the final 210 debate over the health care law. And guess what? They got it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your comment, Brother Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. Happy New Year.
On the air, we have Oscar. Oscar, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Oscar.
Good morning. Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Thank you very much. Talk about the CIA and conspiracy theory. I hope in the new year, I don't know if it's included in Obamacare, but mental health for our people.
Yes.
We really need that.
I agree, Oscar.
You talking about conspiracy. Do you not know, and now, sit down. I know you're sitting down.
Yes.
But I heard a person say, Whitney Houston, when Whitney Houston died, they said it was a murder, and guess what else they said? They said that Barack Obama was in the hotel when she died.
Huh?
And this person was serious.
Oh.
This person was absolutely serious, and people take him seriously. He's on the radio on a regular basis, but he accused Barack Obama had something to do with Whitney Houston's death. They don't believe any prominent black person died natural cause or commit suicide. They said Don Cornelius was murdered, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, who else? I don't know of any black prominent person that's well known that died or in the past 2 or 3 years that they believe it was just a natural death or a suicide. They don't believe black people commit suicide.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And this is absolutely a mental illness. It really is. And the sad part about it, a lot of our people buy into it.
Well, thank you so much for your comment, Oscar. We really
Thank you,
appreciate
Oscar.
your loyalty to our show. Bye-bye. Okay.
2013. Yay.
It is 11:20. It's time for our Monday morning quarterback segment with Ariel and Jimmy. Hi, Ariel and Jimmy.
Hello.
Hey, Ariel, I'm going to start with you this time. What did you think about the game yesterday?
It was nice to see Tyrod Taylor play, kind of see what kind of attributes he possessed that are parallel to Flacco. And I like the fact that he can run with the ball. He reminds me kind of a young Michael Vick.
Yes.
Very mobile, and that's definitely a quality that Flacco doesn't have. So I was hoping maybe he was taking notes on the sidelines. But all in all, it was a good game. I was hoping we would win anyway, even though the backups were in. But we're still in the playoffs, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, right? Jimmy, what are your thoughts on the game in general?
Yeah, I was actually very happy with the game because it was a very rare opportunity where we would see our backups and second-string players actually play against another team's best. And for the most part, they was actually able to hold their own.
I agree. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
You know, especially look how well the defense played. I mean, they kept them off the board. They had a lot of 3 and out, so you can't complain about that.
Okay, so looking forward, because my understanding is the first playoff game, the wild card game, you're going to be playing against the Colts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what your thoughts are about that, Ariel.
I'm kind of nervous.
Yes.
About playing the Colts. We haven't played them this season at all. And even though Peyton Manning isn't a quarterback, they still have a great quarterback in Andrew Luck. So I'm interested to see how our defense does. You know, we'll have some of the starters back from off of injury list.
Yes.
So they'll be activated. So, and it's interesting to see how Flacco will play because he's been very inconsistent. So I'm hoping in the playoffs he'll be as focused as he was last season. To deliver and put points up. And not only put points up, but to maintain the game and keep the defense off the field so they're fresh.
Jimmy?
I guess the only thing that worries me most of all about that game is the head coach, Pagnola, is our former defensive coordinator. So if there's any problems within our defense or vulnerabilities in our defense, he would know them.
Yes.
But I think on the offensive side of the ball, if Flacco step up and play a playoff game the way he did against New England last year, we shouldn't have a problem beating them. Because if any vulnerability the Colts have, we'll be on their defensive side of the ball.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Jimmy,
Okay.
you're going to hang in here with us for a minute.
Okay.
That's Big Sister talking. Ariel, thank you so very much for your contribution, and you have a Happy New Year, too.
You too.
So you guys, for this game with the Colts and the Ravens, who you guys, who do you figure?
Of course, the Ravens.
Well, of course we're going to the Ravens, but I think it's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a close game. If our defense step up, especially the secondary, because one thing Luck can do, he can throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so if our secondary and Ed Reed do what he needs to do, we should be okay.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, Jimmy, you're still locked in.
Yes.
Okay, so you know what? Ever since May, that's when we first started doing what we do. We've talked about various subjects, some controversial, some fun, some educational. Again, I'm going to give the number, too, in case you still like to call and give your resolutions or your thoughts in terms of 2012 and your hopes for 2013. 1-877-704-1010 or 410-481-1010. We talked about cancer screenings, breast, cervical, prostate, colon, HIV in the senior community, which is something we still need to talk about more and more, because that's one segment of the population that doesn't get the testing and the treatment like they should. Okay. Also, we talked about how to produce a movie, cosmetologists, barber issues, hair care tips, warning signs from hair loss, solutions for hair loss. We talk about domestic violence, where I share my personal story. Kevin has also shared some of his stories with us in terms of, relationship type issues. So Shop Talk with Cassandra and Renee, we believe in sharing. And if we are going to have to share our story in order to enrich your life, that's what we're willing to do, because that is our purpose here for you. We talked about the Baltimore City mentoring program. We talked about drones. We talked about tipping, the crown of glory, and the agony of deceit. Miss Ursula battles play. We talked about timeshare tips, why women cheat, why men cheat, gay marriage, DJ Reliable Mobile Auto, and gun control. So we've been all across the board. And let me tell you something. This is nothing compared to what we are going to be bringing to you in 2013.
So get ready.
Get ready.
Yeah. And cuz I want to take this moment, just I guess to share my little light right here. You started this venture and you asked me to come on the show with you and everything back in May. And I want you to know, cuz I am really truly proud of you. I like the way to have you taking your show and how you've actually, designed it and produced it and everything all yourself. Hats off to you. And I really like the fact that Jimmy was here last week and Ariel was here last week, because we've been hearing them on the air, but to actually have team Shop Talk, Cassandra and Renee all together was a really nice event. I really enjoyed spending time with Ariel and Jimmy last week. And keep up the good work, cuz you're doing great.
Thank you so much. I tried.
You're doing good.
Jimmy, do you have any New Year's resolutions or any thoughts thinking back to 2012?
Well, I think for myself, my biggest New Year resolution, I do want to lose about 25 more pounds, and I plan on sticking with that for my health and everything else.
Yes. So that's it?
Yes, that's the big one, yeah.
Well, that is a big one. It takes a lot of commitment, but you know what? I have faith in you, little brother, and I know you can do it.
Yes, thank you.
So, KJ, you're going to have to move your mic close to your face because we want to hear. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Yes? This isn't TV. You have to speak. Yes? Okay, what's your New Year's resolution?
To carry my phone and wallet more.
Okay, so you can pay for Daddy's lunch more? Is that why?
No.
Oh, that's not why. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm teaching them how to do the man thing,
That's
so
right.
men's carry wallets.
That's right.
So I'm trying to get him to 2013 is the year that he's going to learn to carry his wallet.
Wonderful.
And a cell phone.
And Erica.
My New Year's resolution is to complete my book and expand my production company and get closer to what Cassandra Renee and learn a business about radio.
Oh, sounds wonderful. We're going to have some conversations going on. And speaking of conversations, you and I were talking about that crazy Cat Williams. Let's talk about Cat Williams for a minute. How many times has he been arrested in the past month?
Too many.
My gosh, what is going on? And so they found guns in his place, in his house, and children were there?
Yes. And a lot of people don't understand. If you really listen to Cat Williams' stand-up comedy, a lot of things that he makes funny is stuff that he's really doing. So you really just have to really pay attention to what he's saying. And if you go back and look at like his last 3 stand-up comedies, he's actually said what's happened already.
Yes.
A lot of people laugh at it so much that they don't realize that it already happened or it's going to happen.
Crazy. This show has been sponsored by Coiffure Exclusive Salon. The telephone number is 410-663-2643 or 855-4 We specialize in hair replacement, hair extension services. We also offer transitional styles in a private environment.
Coiffure, C-O-I-F-F-U-R-E. Coiffure Exclusive Salon. That's what I
Exactly.
said.
Please come visit us. Also, we'd like to talk to you about our website, talkwithcassandra.com. Please sign our guest book. We are also on Facebook, Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee. And please feel free to download the WOLB app for your Android or iPhone. But keep in mind that there's a 2 to 3 minute delay.
Okay. And hey, y'all just stay tuned. 2013 is coming up. We love y'all. We love every one of you guys out there.
Yes.
And like I say, because you just gave me like a new horizon. You know, 10 a.m. is like a new horizon to me. I'll be listening to it and listen to our listeners. Man, they're some smart people.
Yes, they
you
are.
guys are smart.
Highly intelligent. You know, because we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from you. So we thank you for your input. Please continue to call us. Please continue to visit our website because, again, 2013 is going to be on and popping. Happy New Year. And until next year, bye-bye. You're noisy. Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, the radio show where we talk about it all. Beauty, sports, current events, health, travel, music, and so much more. You can reach us at info@talkwithcassandra.com or www.talkwithcassandra.
Hey, if 2012 was rough for you, I promise 2013 is going to be better.
Indeed.
Lessons.
Yes. Bye-bye. Hit it.